Merhaba değerli dostlar, hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Ben Onur, Gözlüklü, İskelet, Kotar'ın yeni bölümüne tekrar birlikteyiz. En son ormana girmiştik. El feneriyle beraber ormana girdik. Ormanda kanlar manlar bir şeyler vardı. Oradan kaçtık sonra. Geldik kasabaya. Şimdi görevlere bakalım. Görevlerimiz neydi? Bana bir kayık lazım. Şimdi kayık arıyoruz. Kayığı nasıl bulacağız? Çocukla konuştuk. Çocuk dedi ki biri geldi kayıkla gittiler dedi. Bizim var biliyorsunuz arkadaşımız. Onu arıyoruz. Buraya gidelim bakalım. Gelecek. Koşalım hocam. Kayık bulmamız lazım. Nikolay'ı kaçırdılar. Nikolay'la en son buraya girmiştik. Konuk evine. Geçitten... Tamam. O zaman içeri. En tepede ışık var. Oraya gitmemiz lazım belki de. Aha. Kilitli. Aşağıdan da giremiyoruz. O zaman dön. Burası tamam. Burada işimiz bitti demek. Kapıları da kapatmışlar. Göl kıyısı boyunca. 2 yol var demiştin. Hangisini seçeyim? Bu dayıya geldik. Dayı bize kayığı vermedi. Tamam, hiç ceset var. Peki... Onu satırla yapalım hocam. Tamam. Tamam. Şimdi dayıya tekrar gideceğiz o zaman. Yapacak bir şey yok. Hatta şöyle yapalım. İncil ve kapı yapalım. Bakalım ne olacak. Bu eleman bize vermedi kayığı. Tükürerek de konuşuyordu. Buraya 74'ten beri kimse gelmedi falan diye. Tamam, kapıyı aç. Çal, dayıyla konuşalım yine. Bakalım bir şey diyecek. Ver şu kayığı dayı be.
You keep the corpses of 2 children in your boat? My father and mother were small people.
Ah, çocuk cesedi değilmiş onlar. Babasıyla
annesi.
Geçici mezar. Ne biçim geçici oğlum? İskelet olmuşlar.
A temporary grave? They were recently exhumed and I had to take care of them. I don't understand. Who exhumed them? Henry, the priest of Sveti Kotar. He banished me from the church. And so my parents had to move out from the town's graveyard. Soil outside the church walls is tainted. The boat was the safest place. They were clergy? No. I dressed them as such to protect their bodies. The moon ghouls eat flesh. And they don't
ay hortlaklar etle besleniyormuş. Lan gerçek mi acaba bunlar ya? Bana sanki bu tiyatro gibi geldi ama tiyatro değil yani. Gibi. Sanki kandırıyorlar kasaba halkını gibi.
Was it torched? The wood is very dark. I made it from the trees that grow behind my house. I would never torch a cross. What sin have you committed to have been banished?
Evet, nasıl oldu bu?
We are all original sinners, waiting for redemption. We are, but you did something to deserve it. God knows that is not the truth. Listen, talk to Henry. Reason with him.
Henry ile konuşacağız. Ondan sonra belki bize verecek.
Why would I do that? Because you need the boat. If Henry accepts, I could move my parents back into their grave and the boat will be free again. It's an opportunity to fulfill Father Imre's wish as well.
Pekala.
I'll see what I can do. He's not an easy man to talk to, but maybe he'll be more reasonable with you, monk. Where can I find his church? The Church of Ivan Kotar. Go back through the square. Find the police station.
Meydana girdim. Polis karakolu bu sağında cami geçince.
Be sure not to stray into Kuga. Wicked, evil people wander the former school district. They have no soul and have lost all faith. You have no intention of telling me what you did? I don't know. One day he just said we are not welcome.
İlginç, adamlar niye kovdular acaba?
You have to ask him.
Tamam. Pekala. Hadi bakalım. Ne diyor şimdi? Arsanı kaldır. Kayını al. Tamam. Pekala. Gel hocam. Koşalım. Bu da ne biçim koşuyor? Elleri biraz daha şey yapsana. Niye öyle koşuyorsun? Şimdi kasabaya dönmemiz lazım. Oraya nasıl döneceğiz? Meydan nerede acaba? Nereden gitmek? Ormanın içinden. Kasabaya gitmemiz lazım. Neredesin ha? Ha, oradasın. Şimdi kasaba hangisi? Bir dakika. Harita var ama. Şimdi biz neredeyiz? Şurasıydı Google'da. Orman şuraya. Meydana gitmemiz lazım. Meydan nerede acaba işte? Şurası mı meydan? Ya meydana geldik. Polis karakolu nerede? Burası ne? İşte göstermiyor ki. Buraya git bakayım. Kilise hangisi acaba? Satır da vermemiz lazım. Birine satır da vereceğiz ama. O satır da kaldı bizde. Bak adamın görevini de yapamadık. Doğru yere mi geldik acaba? Yok. Kitaplar. Burası kütüphane gibi bir yer herhalde.
Assum Tavruli at the top, and the other two are Malleus Maleficarum by Heinrich Kramer,
Elias.
and an unnamed manuscript by Herodotus. What a strange taste for books.
Kitap zevk kardeşim, sana ne? Çan.
Who is it?
O
I'd like to
evet.
ask you some questions.
About what?
Different things. Maybe you could help me?
A stranger.
Ya.
Could you come out of the room?
No, and I don't want to talk to you. Take a look at my inventory. Read some books. Do whatever you want. I don't care about those knockoffs. And take a sample of the town's map from the desk. That way you can't say I didn't help you.
But I...
Stop talking. I want silence.
Tamam. Silence kardeşim. Al şunu.
I
Haritayı al.
don't need it. I already have one.
Buraya şey gelmesi lazım. Bak mesela. Bizim elemanın. Nikolay alması lazım onları ama Nikolay sana... Neyse onu söylemiş.
White and red squares. A Croatian version of the chessboard.
Evet. Küreye bak.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty confident this is a 15th century map of Europe. Everything
Tamam.
in this town revolves around that troubling period of human history.
Şimdi bu oyundaki harita olayını anlamadım bir türlü. Yani... Bakın size de göstereyim. Tekrar. Harita olayı ilginç. Bakıyoruz şuradan. Haritaya. Yani neredeyiz? Ne oluyor? Yok yani. Bakıyoruz böyle bir harita var. Kağıt. Bari göster şuradasın de şuraya gideceksin ya. Hiçbir şey göstermiyor. O yönden kötü. Güzel değil. Şimdi kilisenin oradan git dedi. Şuraya gidelim bakalım. Kiliseye gidip bir konuşalım şöyle. Bir sürü yer var. Mezar taşları falan. Rahiple konuşalım. Kayıyı bulalım. Burası mı kilise? Ne bu? Bak bakayım. Kutu. Burası kilise değil sanki ya.
A mailbox? Not sure. It looks strange.
Look strange. Salıncak. Hadi hocam hızlı.
Its ropes bear some resemblance to hangman's nooses. It makes sense for a town like this.
Şurada ne var? Yürü bakalım. Bir sürü yer var ama hiçbirinin ne olduğunu bilmiyoruz. Dolaşmamız lazım. Şimdi buraya da gireceğim ama şimdi gireceğim 2 saat burada konuşma çıkacak. İstemiyorum onu. Bir an önce görevi bitirip kayığı almak istiyorum. Ne sisli bir kasaba ya. Ha?
I have no reason to go that way. It's a narrow, shady street that leads somewhere uphill.
Tırstım demeyen de yok oraya gitmem falan filan. Burada ne var? Buraya bakalım. Oraya da gitmeyeceksin sen şimdi.
It's a long road that follows the river uphill and into the...
Tamam. Burası ne işte? Kilise mi? Bakalım. Koş hocam koş. Koşmuyor hoca, koşmuyor. Hocam koş biraz hadi, atak sağ kanatlardan. Bunun kilise olduğunu hiç düşünmüyorum. Yani kiliseye benzer bir yönü yok.
I'm not going into the police station. I would risk being taken in for questioning, and they could be
Tamam.
conspiring with Hatur.
Polis karakolun yanından git demişti. Oradan gidelim. Tamam. Buradan mı gidelim? Bir sürü yer var kardeşim. Hangisine gideceğimizi şaşırdık. Gene buraya geldik. O zaman diğer taraftan gideceğiz. Tamam. Harita mantığı biraz garip oyun. Onu söyleyeyim yani. Keşke bir yani buraya gelince şuraya gidiyor, buraya gidiyor diye yazsanız. Tamam, doğru yer. Heh. Geldik. Ameno. Himene. Arero. Orada giriş var. Üst.
Ivan Kotar, born
Ivan
in
Kotar.
1159, died in 1218.
Oyun keşfe dayalı yani. Kendin keşfediyorsun. Git bakalım kapıyı bir çal hocam. Burada da bir giriş var herhalde. Burada var. Önce buraya mı gitsek hocam? Önce buraya gidelim bence. Burası biraz sıkıntı gibi. Önce buraya gidelim. Bulduk. Hadi bakalım. Yani bulduk. Diz çökme yeri. Diz çök. Hocam bir dua et. Seversen.
There's a time and place to talk to him. This is not one of them.
O zaman bununla konuş. Henry ile konuş.
Father Henry?
Henry Istrator, and you are?
Benedict.
Venedik.
Fellow man of the cloth, certainly.
What gave me away?
Your aura. And of course, the tiny crosses on your sleeves. You were saying your name?
Benedict Dochnani.
Dohnani.
Ah, Victoria's brother. We
Tanıyor
finally meet.
Victoria'yı.
What can I do for you, brother Benedict?
Hocam kayık lazım.
You met my sister?
Did I meet her? Who knows? Do I know of her? Yes, as every person, crow, and rat in this town.
But how do you know we are relatives?
I have infinite power, and I am highly respected. When word spreads, it reaches my ears first.
I have a theory of what happened here, but I'd like to know more so that I can solidify it. You know much. Maybe you can help me.
I'm here for you, brother.
Tamam. Sıradaki. Şimdi bir sürü şey var. Sırayla gideceğiz değerli dostlar. Bunları yapmazsanız ilerlemiyor yani. Mesela şunu seçip ona geçemiyorsun. Buradan başlayalım. Mesela deneyelim.
A man that goes by the name Yakov Prenger. Was he a former priest of this church?
He preceded me. Why?
I heard he went missing.
True. He was the warden of the asylum before Ranko became mayor. Then, one night, he just disappeared.
Any ideas what happened to him?
He was kidnapped by the Saborans and became their prey. The usual for this town.
Hoş geldin. Aleykümselam. Ne haber? Tony, hoş geldin.
Or maybe that poor
Yeah, check
blind
it out.
lady killed him because he couldn't love her the way she loved him. It's a mystery.
Bilinmez biri.
Was
İyi
he
bir
a
müdür
good
belki.
warden?
Better than Hatur? Yes. Good? No.
Ya.
He was too soft and hesitant. We could have done so much more regarding the war against the Saborans.
İyi kardeşim, biz de sabah sohbeti yeni bitirdik, şimdi oyundayız. Saint Kotar'la devam ediyoruz. Kayık lazım şimdi bir tane. O kayığı almamız için de kasabada bir kayık var. O da adam annesiyle babasının cesedini koymuş oraya. Kiliseden kovmuşlar. Biz de geldik papazla konuşmaya, rahiple. İşi çözersek kayığı alacağız. Nikola'yı kurtarmaya gideceğiz.
Seems to me you're holding a grudge against him. Am I wrong?
We never liked each other. He was sent by the Vatican to take my place.
Bunlar arasında kıskançlık var. Çekememezlik.
The Vatican, which for centuries never tried to contact anyone in this town, sends a man to take my seat? I could do nothing but step down. Yes, I hated him as much as I hate the Vatican. And I'm grateful to whoever made him disappear.
Allah Allah.
What can you tell me about the mayor of Sveti Kotar?
Bayağı konuşacağız burada şimdi.
Ranko Merzel, a lurid creature, far worse than his father ever was. Corrupt, full of sin and unscrupulous. Gullible as well. He never saw his death coming, even though he knew he was chased by it. I was called to bless his soul before the funeral. Not going to. The very thought of it sickens me.
Who was Ranko's father?
Fran Merzel. He and our former priest Yakov founded Maraf Asylum.
I welcomed the decision, but not anymore. Things
Bu oyun böyle
changed
point
quickly when the
click,
asylum
korku,
mutated into the
psikolojik
same
korku,
thing
dedektiflik
they
oyunu.
originally tried to uproot.
Yani daha çok sohbet üstüne, hiç aksiyonu yok.
Maraf became an island of terror and
Puzzle'ları
death
var
for
ufak
the
tefek.
community. Instead
Ama
of
hikayeyi
being a
merak ettiğim için
shield
devam
that
ediyorum yani.
protects it was founded with the goal to heal the unfaithful ones, and more importantly, to
Çok sohbet
identify,
var ya,
catch,
inanılmaz.
and execute the Saborans. Now
Aslında
it's a
oyun
place
denmez
where
yani,
our
bir
brothers
hikayeyi
and sisters go and never
interaktif bir
return.
hikaye diyebiliriz belki de.
Healthy individuals full of faith just vanish. Fran had his share of sins, but he founded Maraf with sincere intentions to help the town.
Mesela o yazıyı yukarı değil de aşağıda bir yerde yapsanız daha güzel olabilirdi belki de. Neyse.
Ranko was chased by death?
Nermin, his brother, the worst
Evet,
of the
aynen.
Merzel family.
Nermin
Worst
diye
of
biri
all
var bu arada,
men,
Nermin.
An incarnation of evil. Although coming from a Catholic family, from the day of his birth it was clear there was something dreadfully wrong with him. I don't know him well, nobody does. But everyone knows about his deeds.
Chief Norden said he is a moon ghoul.
True, he is a Saboran.
Bak Mongol, Hortla Mongol diyorlar. Acaba bu Moğollara da oradan mı geliyor Mongol? Onlar hortlak gibi korktular mı onlardan da zamanında Mongol? Sallıyorum şu an ya.
I guess there is not enough will. It's not about the will to find
Bakacağım.
Nermin. He's
Hortlak.
just a tiny shadow in a starless sky. People in this town dread things they cannot see or feel. The unknowable. They fear it because it is everywhere God is not.
Çok konuşuyorlar ya.
You're talking about the moon ghouls now, right?
That is just a name for the weak. Call them by their true name. The Saborans.
Fazla güvenmiyoruz zaten
The
ya. O
Saborans are not
bizim amacımız,
unknowable.
yaşlı bir adam var tek başına kalan, kayığı olan. Onu affettirmemiz lazım ki
Diseases and
aforoz etmişler onu. Cenazeleri oradan kayıktan kaldırıp toprağa gömmemiz lazım. Mezarla ondan sonra kayığı alıp gitmemiz lazım.
Sekvra? I've heard that name before. Somewhere.
Nerede
You
duydun
heard
acaba?
it because there was a book of the same name, the original copy of which was lost in the 15th century.
Yes. It all happened during the Valais witch trials.
Dark times fell upon that place because of the book. It vanished with its author. You can see the Saborans are not. Things we cannot possibly understand are only madness and death await those who manage to. Let's leave this.
Hızlı hızlı geçiyorum okuduktan
I
sonra.
cannot maybe one day you'll be able to read the.
Belki hocam. Şimdi.
Tell me about the asylum's warden.
Hatur. As the head of the asylum, I know he is somehow I'm the only person in this town who openly in one way or another they are all acting against God. And what interests you about him?
My sister's husband went missing after visiting him at the lodge.
Evet onu
Nikola.
kontrol ettik, ondan sonra
He was
kayboldu. Aha.
kidnapped. But I feel there is more you want to say.
Var. Kayığı
Victoria
alalım
met
hocam.
with Hatur last night. They talked and I still can't understand what happened to her.
So I was right. This sheds new light on the warden.
You think my sister joined the tribe?
I do, although I don't know how. Have you seen any change?
That is a question for her husband. After our father disappeared, I went into monkhood. Since then,
When things start to look bad, some people think it's God's fault. And they don't realize it is only then, when they decide to forget him. Sometimes they don't just wither, but rot.
Tamam hocam.
The warden is meeting with the subordinates. A boy told me.
What boy?
Anton.
Göldeki
He saw them meeting more than once.
ilginç çocuk. Anton.
Our protege. I knew he had been sneaking out, just couldn't prove it.
He saw Hatur taking Nikolai away to a locality called Klek.
I've never visited that hill, but everyone knows what that place.
Victoria abandoned God. I can feel it in my heart. She did it. The same happens to our aunt. She abandoned God, turned her faith to strange beliefs.
It doesn't matter what you feel and what I believe. You have to find your sister and the truth. I would risk going to the stake if I had to choose.
Tamam. Çok fazla kötülük kaymış. Kayıyı alalım hocam.
Where should I look for her?
Begin with Klek. You might find her there with your...
Tamam.
What other sources of evil?
Everyone, including those who impose the so-called law. Keep your eyes open.
Pekala. Var mı başka bir şey?
How come there's nothing in the Vatican's official archives about Sveti Kotar?
Because of Ivan Kotar. This town has an open dispute. First, they sent emissaries to execute him. Then they denied we did what was right, named him a patron saint.
It's the Holy See we are talking about here. There's nothing closer to God.
Nothing closer to God? Just because they said so centuries? Maybe they are now aware of their own mistakes from the past, but have...
You cannot question their decisions. It's like questioning the Bible.
Bible.
Brother, let's agree we don't agree and leave it there.
I've never heard of a priest talking about the church in this way. Anik, but this, along with other things I've learned until now.
Hadi.
What about your dispute with Arsen?
Where did you meet that fool?
Aptal diyor.
He's
Kayık
the only
lazım, kayık.
chance to get across the lake, and
You need his boat to get to Klek. So why didn't he give it to you? He doesn't need it. He's dying due to that vampire of his.
Vampire.
his parents are inside the boat. Did you exhume them?
Of course I didn't. I ordered the gravekeeper to do it. Arsen and his family are not welcome.
İşte senin yüzünden bilemiyoruz kayıya.
The man is not evil, merely a fool who let evil do upon him.
Hocam halledin şu işi de gidelim. Ne
What
vampiri?
vampire?
Didn't you talk to him?
Konuştuk hocam.
I did.
And you didn't notice that hideous dark thing on his neck?
No.
That fool got himself a parasitic giant worm. A leech he named Hem.
That's disgusting. But what is the reason you banned him?
I'm telling you, it's Hem. That thing was born and found deep inside the Carcassa forest. It's evil.
Allah Allah.
Can't he just get rid of it?
Arsen believes Hem was sent to him from God. Can you believe
İyi
it?
edersin.
He gave it a name and looks to it as his own.
Çocuğu gibi bakıyor diyor ya.
So what now? Anywhere else I could get a boat?
He is your only chance. And it seems like you are his only chance as well, if it's not too late.
Peki ne yapacağız?
What do you mean?
If he accepts to kill Hem, I promise I will think about reintegrating
tamam, şimdi
him
tekrar
and
gidiyoruz
his
adama
family
konuşmaya.
into our church again. But I need proof. I need to see Hem dead.
Bir daha hem buraya mı getireceğiz?
How do you expect him to kill the thing he sees as his own child?
That is the tricky part. I already tried to persuade him. Now it's yours.
Nasıl
If
ikna
you
edeceğiz bakalım
succeed, you
deliği.
will get what you want.
Kedi besleyen olur da hani kirpi olur, sülük.
You will just think about reintegrating him, or you will do it?
I'll do it.
Kabul edecekmiş, tamam. Sıkıntı
Immediately
yok.
after I give you a dead hem.
I promise.
Tamam. Söz veriyorum diyor hocam. Yemin ederim demiyor. Tabii rahip olduğu için. Derhal Arsen'e gitti ya. Bir daha şeyle konuşmayalım. Direkt git. Arsen'i ikna edebileceğiz bakalım. Arsen! Lüpen Arsen. Arsen dayı. İyi alacağız hocam onu. Koş koş koş koş. Koş. Bakalım Arsen'i nasıl ikna edeceğiz.
It's me again.
Ne oldu?
I talked to Henry about the dispute.
And is he going to remove the ban?
What is the reason he banned you in the first place?
I don't know.
Could you please step outside so I can see you better?
No, it's safer in here.
May I come in then?
You are not family.
Oh, hocam sen de yani.
Step outside, please.
We talked before and you didn't ask me that. Why is it so important now?
Henry gave me something for you. I want to see you under the light while giving it to you. Henry is willing to unban you.
Is he? Really?
Aynen.
Yes.
Gel çık
I
dışarı.
will tell you all about our conversation, but you have to come outside.
I don't see the point, but if it's going to save my family...
Aha.
Now, what do you have to show me?
God, that leech thing on his neck is hideous.
Lan!
That is Hem. I never imagined a leech could get
Onu
so...
almamız lazım onu.
Henry was right. The vampire thing is sucking the life out of this poor, naive man. I have to persuade him to give it to me.
Nasıl edeceğim bakalım. Bu kafasını mı kessin hocam?
Arson, we have to talk about your child.
You stay away from him. Is this why you wanted me out here? Stay away.
Calm down. I'm not going to do anything to him, I promise.
What do you want then?
Where did you find Hem?
I didn't find him. He found me. Years ago, I helped a young detective with a case he was working on. He then showed gratitude by giving
biçim
me
bir
a bucket
ödül lan o?
full of leeches.
Minnet borcuna mı?
And there he was. My little Hem.
Bayağı büyümüş hocam yani. Metrobüs gibi olmuş. Sülük değil maşallah, metrobüs.
Much since that day. God bless that detective.
It was Detective Mostov?
I believe that was his name. Martin. Why?
Just curious. How did you help him?
We went on a tour of the lake. I showed him some places, but he was mostly interested in the island of the asylum.
Did he say why he was interested in the island?
Something about a runaway. I don't know.
I don't know.
Henry told me Hem was born in the Carcassa forest.
That doesn't mean he is evil. Henry thinks anything that grows
Orman
in
demek ki
the
lanetliymiş.
forest must be tainted.
And so out of all the leeches you had, you picked the exact one that became Hem.
He picked me. He crawled his way out of the bucket, moved onto my left hand, and then all
Oğlum
the
sülük
way
o sülük.
to my neck. His favorite spot, where he sleeps and eats.
How's your health?
Are you a doctor now?
I've noticed you have trouble breathing, and your skin has no color. Have you had this problem for a long time?
I don't know what you are talking about. I feel fine.
Didn't you say before you are too weak to board the boat?
The love of my child gives me strength and positivity.
O zaman vereceksin sülüğü kardeşim. Ver onu. Tüp. Sülük diyorsun olmuş mutfak tüpü gibi kocaman.
I have an idea how we can solve your dispute with Henry.
I'm listening.
You have to give me Hem.
What? Forget it. Stay away.
Yapma hocam.
Remember, I'm in the service of God. You have my word, I won't hurt your child.
He will die without my blood.
No, he won't, and you know that. How long do you think he can live without you? And be honest with me, it's your family at stake here.
Maybe just for one night.
This is the only way to get you absolved, but I need guidance from you.
What guidance?
And you have to keep our little secret to yourself.
I don't like this.
Ya.
The plan is to find a leech similar to your Hem. For that to work, I'd need your guidance. Where can I find one?
Why do you need him then?
So I can compare him to his potential clone. Henry seems like a clever man, and surely he remembers Hem's appearance very well.
My dear child in the hands of a stranger. I can't do this.
Yapmalısın dostum.
Do you want to live?
If I die, Hem dies. I cannot let that happen.
Ya.
As soon as I find his double, I will return Hem safely to you.
And then what?
I will bring the double to Henry, claiming it's Hem. All you will have to do from then on is hide Hem when you are near Henry.
You intend to lie to a man of God?
It's for a greater good. God will understand.
Your proposal.
Tanrılar daha iyi işler için yapıyoruz ya. Tokatla ya iyi işler için hocam.
Dear child, please forgive me. Do not fret. We'll meet again soon.
İyi lan bıraktı valla.
Now, in the hands of this monk.
Demek ki
Farewell.
Hem'i aldık
I'll
tamam.
wait for you here. The house is lonely without you.
Don't be sad. You did what had to be done.
God bless him.
Tamam.
Where can I find his double?
I've never been inside the forest, but Ida told me once she found a place full of leeches. I believe it's where the detective found
Bakalım
it.
neresiymiş.
You must go through the wall of crosses.
Adam yemiş tabii kafayı ya.
At the crossroads.
Adam hem yalnız, annesi babasının kayıkta annesiyle babasının cesedi var.
Where Holly meets Hannah.
Hannah is the river?
It is. Keep him safe and get him back as soon as possible.
I will.
Let me say it again. Beware of
What should I do now? Should I kill Hem or find his double and kill it instead? Whatever I decide, God will understand. Dark times require immoral acts.
Şimdi Hem'i öldürürsek bu adam kayığı vermez bize.
Excuse me.
Şimdi Hem'i öldürürsek bu bize şeyi vermez. Ne yapsak acaba? Ormana gitme dedi. Sülük burada bulabilir miyim? Gidelim bakalım.
Which path should I take?
Göl kıyısı boyunca. Ormanın içinden gidelim. Sülük nerede bulabiliriz acaba ya? Şurada mezarlar var. Mezarlığa gir bakayım.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me.
Sülük bulmamız lazım. Orada bir yer varmış.
I
Nereye
think
gitti?
this is the place Arsen told me about. It's swarming with leeches.
Aha tamam. Bir tane
How am I
sülük
going
bulalım.
to find one similar enough to Hem? They all look the same. Right. By concentrating only on the biggest ones.
Tamam hadi bakalım. Önce şuradan başlayalım. Şuna bak bakalım. Ama hızlı bakalım hocam.
No, too thin.
Hocam hangisi bak şuysa direkt şuna gel hocam sen. Hepsini öyle baktırıp en son bunu alacak herhalde.
Hideous. It's laying eggs right now.
Ne yapacaktı ya hayvan?
Its flesh seems to be infected. Pass.
Öf.
The size fits.
Evet
This is the
kayığı
one.
var.
No need to search further.
Aynen o. Anlamıştım orada olduğunu. Hepsini bana izletecek çünkü. Tamam. Sülük var şimdi. Bu sülük. Tamam. Gidelim hocam. Gel. Şimdi o kayığı vermiyor bize. Çünkü kayığın içinde annesiyle babası var. Cesetleri var. Jackson orada ne işleri var? Çünkü kiliseden bunları aforoz etmişler, göndermişler. Mezarlıktan da çıkartmışlar. Mezardan Bu ne hocam? Şu ne? Daire. Allah Allah. Bir daireye bak bakalım neymiş bu? Bu da kayıkta saklıyor. Kayığı almamız için cesetleri gömmemiz lazım. Cesetlerin gömülmesi için de kiliseye kabul edilmesi lazım tekrar. İşimiz uzun biraz. Dön. İyi bari sülükleri bulduk, kolay bulduk. Ne biçim bir kasaba ya. Ben hayatta dolaşmam, sülük mü? Hemen ilk otobüse run. Topuk. Kasabaya, pederin yanına gidelim. Adama yalan söyleyeceğiz ama yapacak bir şey yok hocam. Hocam dedem. Koş, koş reis. Denedik. Kayık var, kayık. O kayıkla alıp Nikolay'ın yanına gitmemiz lazım. Bak unutmayalım, şu dükkanda şey var. Hemi veremem ya. Şimdi hemi verirsem... He sen de hemi ver. Diğer sülüğümü şeye vereyim. Ya şimdi kayık alamazsak sıkıntı olur ya. Bir daha uğraşmayalım delilen. Doğru sülüğü öldürmemiz lazım. Tamam şimdi açıyoruz envanterimizi. Öldürmüyor abici. Allah Allah.
Is such a thing even possible?
Olmuyor. Sülük de ölmüyor, hem de ölmüyor. Biz bunu denedik çünkü. Ne diyor? Allah Allah.
I should probably...
Başka bir şey deniyoruz zaten ama öldürmüyorsun. Dışarıda mı yapalım diyor.
Rot in hell.
Aa dışarıda yap. Aha hocam sen de yani.
Henry now.
Ayıp ayıp. Senin yaptığın ayıp. Onu nasıl bulacaksın? Onu nasıl bulacaksın? Çok zormuş ya. Dışarıda öldür diyor. Orada İngilizce, Türkçe çevirmemiş
Cam
onu.
is dead.
Proof?
Stabbed to death.
Al.
It is the vampire indeed. How did you manage to persuade that old fool?
O da bize kalsın hocam.
Does it really
YouTube'da,
matter now?
YouTube'dan
It's
baktık.
done. The thing is rotting in hell. Are you going to keep your word?
Of course. You can go tell Arson. I will come to visit him soon. His house needs to be blessed.
I will. God bless you.
Take the boat. Row towards the truth, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers and hope we'll meet again soon.
Kaydetmiştik ya. Arsen'e git. Bakalım eğer yanlış hemi öldürdük. Yerse kayığı alacağız. Yemezse yandık. Kaydettik nasıl oradan tekrar başlarız. Umarım tanımaz. Aa dur.
Excuse me.
Sülüğü ver.
I'm not giving him a replacement for Chem. I'll throw it into the lake later.
Tamam o zaman söylüyor. Sem yok artık.
Chem is gone.
What do you mean?
He's dead.
What? How? What happened?
I killed him. I had to do it. You don't understand.
No, no, no! My little child! No!
You don't understand. Chem was an evil thing, a vampire. He was draining your life force.
How could you? You
Kayığı
were a
vermeyecek.
monster. You made me believe you. You killed my child. Oh, him, my dearest one. I can't. My
Aha.
life has no meaning anymore. My life is ended. You didn't kill only him. You killed both of us.
You are no longer banned from the church. Henry said he'll come by soon to bless your house.
I don't care. My faith is not
Yanlış yaptık.
important anymore. God has abandoned me. Be gone now. The boat is free.
Ha, tamam. Fark etmiyormuş yani. Sonuçta kayıyı alabiliyormuşuz.
Follow the shore along the other side until you see the three white fingers. I hope you experience an recognizing death on Klek. Amen.
Tamam hocam. Sen anlamazsın bu işleri. Rahipten iyi mi bileceksin? Tamam, kayıyı aldık sonuçta. Hem'i öldürmeseydik adamla aramız iyi olacaktı ama. Tamam, at göle at. Hadi bakalım, yürü gidelim artık.
The boat is here, but they left. It might be too late, but I have to try. I have to get on top of that hill. God help me. Now more than ever.
Evet değerli dostlar, burada bitiriyoruz. Sülük işini hallettik. Şimdi tepeye gideceğiz. Onu artık diğer bölümde yapacağız. Burada kaydediyorum. Buradan sonra görüşürüz. Bakalım neler olacak.